Okay, so I just thought I'd run you through a bit of a before and after look at Mark Wood's swing. So Mark's a 12 handicapper. When we first started working together, which was sometime during the summer, his biggest complaints were hitting the ball to the right when he was hitting it badly. A little bit of inconsistencies through impact and hitting it heavy as well, especially with his longer clubs. So this is just a before and after, just to show you just some of the changes that we've made. So on the left-hand side, Mark's main issue, when he pulled the club down here, his left wrist would extend, it would cut back, the right wrist would start to flex, the club face would be left open, and then that would start a trigger of movements into the downswing where the right shoulder would stay nice and high. We wouldn't really get any lateral bend in the spine here. The arms would start to extend early, so they'd start to fire early. Arm would fire internal rotation early. Arms would then start to run out of gas, run out of range of motion. And then you can see here, as we get into the impact area here, we would get this rolling and flipping type movement. So right wrist would start to flex, left wrist would cut back and roll. Especially if you look at the watch area here, you can see the watch rolling, the glove rolling, left upper arm looks like it's externally rotating as well. So a lot of closing movements going on through the hit here. So rather than just the directional issues of timing the face round, when you start to flip the club early like this, obviously the bottom of the swing can start to appear rather early before the ball, and that's where the fat shots come from as well. So one of the things we did early on was we have strengthened Mark's grip up a little bit, and we've worked a lot on getting his left wrist in flexion here on the way down. So we've worked a lot on getting the left wrist in the downswing, in flexion, okay, closing the club face. So when he pulls down here, we start to get the club face looking an awful lot different. If you look at the club face there, you can see even its driver, and on the right is hitting an iron, you can see the club face is more turned away from him. It means that the left wrist is flatter, left forearm is a little bit more supinated, and more importantly, his club face is more closed. So when he gets into this delivery area here, when he starts coming into impact, because his hands and wrists and forearms are in the correct position, he doesn't have to try and close and flip the club through this area here. What he does is he can hold the lag, he can hold the angles, and he can just drive his arms forward. So if I just go just a couple of frames to impact here, you can see how different the body looks. Like I said, even though it's a driver versus an iron, it's still the same type of swing, same type of movement patterns. Left arm looking like it's holding internal rotation. We've got some tilt along the shoulders here. Right wrist still looks like it's got a little bit of angle left in it. Left wrist doesn't look like it's cupping or rolling over here. So far more stable in the one on the right, and visibly I think looks so much better. So just showing you some of the changes that we've done in Mark Wood's swing, how stable his impact looks rather than the flip roll that we have here on the right hand side. We've also done a little bit of work on his legs, which I think if I can pull this down, you can see legs looking a little bit better here, not holding dual IR in both legs, not looking like his knees are touching each other here in the downswing. So tiny bit of work on the legs, but main bulk of work on the club face, stability, and the arm movements into impact in order just to make him more consistent through the hit, and get rid of the shot that he hated as well, which is the big high shot off to the right. So through impact here, just so hope you can see just how much more stable the one on the right looks for Mark.